Hello everyone, you are watching the YouTube station identification of one of New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers, the dude with the cloney do, Mr. Eric Lima over here. You are watching WEML-TV Channel 77, and this is episode 35 of the show. What's going on? It's Saturday morning, 9:02 a.m., January 23rd, 2021. Before we get to brass tacks of the main subject of the part of the video, I want to take this time to send some condolences. One, to the family of Hank Aaron, the baseball legend who was the all-time home run leader for years until 2007 when Barry Bonds broke it and broke that record and set the record. So the former all-time home run king of Major League Baseball, Mr. Henry Hank Aaron, rest in peace. Condolences to the Henry Aaron family out there. Also, just found out that talk show legend and interviewer extraordinaire, Mr. Larry King, has also passed away. My condolences to Larry King and his Larry King's family, and thank you, Larry King and Henry, for your contributions to sports and entertainment and contributions to society. Thank you very much. And a friend of mine that used to go to our church, her husband and their two sons used to go to my church. Kimberly Vowles passed away. Also, my condolences and prayers to my good friend Rick Vowles and to his sons Chad and Matthew. Rest in peace, Kim Vowles. And so yeah, that was a tough one to do, because when you know, the last 11 years, been a lot of people that I've interacted with and known over the years of my life have recently passed away, and Kimberly Vowles is the latest one. So rest in peace. All right, let's try to get back into battle mode here and try to have some fun, get some positivity going. I just woke up myself trying to wait for my clothes to get done, and my hangout clothes to get done. Too, honestly, before I go on too, I was checking the weather. It seems like Tuesday we may not have any snow. In fact, I think the offshore disturbance storm that would have clipped us is possibly moving away. And it's possibly moving away. We'll probably could get some on Thursday, but it's less than an inch of snow. That could be no big deal. Could be a duster, or it could be a duster, that's fine by me. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have a lot of rain on Sunday, a lot of rain on Monday too. So, yeah, not this coming Monday, but possibly next Monday. That's the early call. And I'll tell you this: the winter, let's knock on wood, has been a little bit more mild than I expected it to be. So I would not be surprised if we get some snow, but possibly I think the blessings of living in the South Coast, right near the water, and sometimes the water erosion makes the temps a little bit warmer than expected. So, or a little bit above freezing. That could be a very good thing. I don't know. You know, I know there's been a lot going on, and obviously, unless the Lord wants it to make sure that we New Englanders don't suffer because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So, I don't know. It's the way it is. It is the way it is. We're just a New Englander. I'm just a New Englander. Just saying. All right, let's get to it. SmackDown. SmackDown from last night. Let's go to the SmackDown 205 Live Roundup, because both shows happened on the very same day. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman came out, obviously not in a very good mood, addressing the Thunderdome, and was mocking Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce says, that's enough. And all of a sudden, Paul Heyman's challenged Adam Pearce to a match. Paul Heyman in a matchup. Oh boy! So, and as that whole segment comes to a close, Sami Zayn comes out and still whining and crying, not being the Intercontinental Champion. I'm like, I swear to God, somebody just knocked this poor guy's lights out. I mean, he always whines and cries. Shut up, Sami Zayn. I used to respect the guy, man, when he first came to NXT. Everybody loved him. Everybody thought he was really cool. But now he starts whining and crying. It's a conspiracy. I'm not the Intercontinental Champion. It's a conspiracy. Shut up. Just shut up, Sami Zayn. Oh, my gosh. Here comes up to the barricade. I'm like, what an idiot. I was like, I hope somebody during the ring entrance decided to knock this guy's lights out and just shuts him up. Oh my goodness. I mean, please, for God's sakes. And it was an actual matchup. A non-title match, the women's tag team champion Charlotte and the Raw women's champion Asuka went up against the Riot Squad. And Billie Kay messed things up again. And Charlotte and Asuka picked up the victory in the Riot Squad. And Billie Kay decided to part ways. Poor Billie Kay. You know what? This is Adam Pearce's fault right now. Because he made that stupid stipulation over a year ago where the losing team, against the Riot Squad, the losing team has to split up. And because Peyton Royce drafted the Raw, Billie Kay drafted the SmackDown, if I were Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, I would say screw the draft, screw the stipulation, we're getting back together, we are the Iconics, we got to show everybody why we are the tag team champions. I mean, Peyton Royce has been hampered with, teaming with Lacey Evans. I mean, Lacey Evans is too obsessed after Ric Flair. I mean, goodness sakes, won't concentrate on her and Pay, is he? I say reunite the Iconics. Peyton Royce, Billie Kay should get back together. The Iconics, they're very entertaining. I don't know why the WWE wants to split them up. I'll tell you what, they should be back together. The Iconics should be back together. That's my opinion. All right. Daniel Bryan dresses a Thunderdome, how he's going to determine to win the Royal Rumble. Cesaro interrupts Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan says, okay, let's fight. And he goes, you're not dressed to compete. I'm dressed to compete, but I'm issuing an open challenge. So Dolph Ziggler comes out, accepts the challenge, and Cesaro and Ziggler had a matchup which was amazing. It was one of the best matches ever. Cesaro has been getting, giving off great matches and all, and Cesaro wins the matchup, heading into the momentum for the Royal Rumble. I like to see Cesaro win it. Cesaro won the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so Cesaro knows when to win a Battle Royal, but this is the Royal Rumble. It was a different horse here. Sasha Banks went one-on-one with Carmella Sommelier Reginald, so Carmella will get herself a women's title shot. I heard rumors at the Royal Rumble that's what's going to be. And Reginald did some cool moves in the ring, some flips and all that. He's like, he should. I don't know how much he weighs, but if he's a cruiserweight limit, Senator 205 Live, he can challenge Santos Escobar. But in the end, Sasha Banks did beat him by submission, and all this while, Sami Zayn still handcuffed to the barricade, running his mouth, whining and crying. Then the Intercontinental Championship match had happened, right? Big E versus Apollo Crews, and it was a knockdown, drag-out fight. And all of a sudden, Sami Zayn said unhandcuff himself. I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be good. He haluva kicks Apollo Crews, costing Big E the match by disqualification. And Apollo Crews did pick the victory. Then he haluva kicks Big E, the champ. I'm like, Sami, you're an idiot. He declares something for the Royal Rumble, and yeah, you decided to make this idiot move of attacking both Apollo Crews and Big E. Something big is going to happen, let me tell you. I wouldn't be surprised those three go out in a triple threat for the Intercontinental title. Kevin Owens was barred from the arena because Roman Reigns pulled the strings. If Roman Reigns pulled some strings, and say Roman Reigns does not run SmackDown, I would have knocked Roman Reigns' lights out. I mean, seriously. Kevin Owens was upset about it. He said that Roman is at the Royal Rumble. He ain't going to pull any strings. I'm going to beat you to become the Universal Champion. Kevin Owens is the man. I respect Kevin Owens. Street Profits talked to Tanya Deville. They tried to give, they gave her some kind of fruit basket and said, hey, we want a rematch for those tag team titles. He said, well, Sonya Deville says, listen, you're still not 100% we'll talk about the rematch. Let the other teams get their shot. What other teams out there? We got Alpha Academy. We got the Knights of the Lone Wolf. I mean, that's fine, but what if Ziggler and Rude end up holding on to those titles and calling out the Street Profits? Nobody's going to go buy anything nowadays. That's for sure. Then it was the Ultimate Athlete obstacle course between Bianca Belair and Bayley. Michael Cole tried to host it, and Bayley, ding dong, hello. I got this, Michael Cole. So Bianca Bayley went first, and she had these little dainty hurdles. And then she ended up carrying Chad Gable. So it was like a minute, was it minute 13, minute 15 seconds that Bianca Belair had to beat. So Bianca Belair, I said, we're going to change it a little differently. They had regular size hurdles. And Bianca Belair said, okay. But here's where we get interesting. She goes, Bianca Belair picks up that 400 tire, no problem. Jumps over the hurdles, no problem. Jumps over those little walls, no problem. And he goes over to Chad Gable and says, here's your challenge. 300 plus pound Otis. Bianca Belair says, okay. Bianca Belair picks him Otis, Fireman carries him over. I'm like, whoa. Everybody was tweeting about that. I'm like, oh, good Lord. That's great. I mean, I say get Bianca Belair. And then all of a sudden, Bianca Belair grabs back row, dribbles it, challenges Bayley to give her some D. She dekes her, slam dunk, Bianca Belair wins. I'm like, Bianca Belair's has proved it. She's the EST. Bayley, though, attacks her from behind. I'm like, great. So, then Dominic Mysterio was talking about the matchup against King Corbin upcoming with Ray, his father Ray. Ray says, listen, man, Ray's trying to give him advice. He's like, it's okay, Dad. I want to try to do it. And listen, if something goes wrong, we got to do it my way. No problem. Calls him Hefe. I like that. So he comes out. Dominic Mysterio comes out. King Corbin comes out. It was a heck of a matchup. And in the end, King Corbin did win. So, time to listen. You know what they say, Dominic? Father knows best. Your father's a legend. I suggest you listen to him, my man. So, Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman were about to come out, and then Paul Heyman decided to fake a leg injury and said, card subject to change. There was no contest. Roman Reigns comes out and attacks Adam Pearce. And then Kevin Owens, as Roman Reigns was attacking Adam Pearce near the Thunderdome fans there, the virtual screens, a hooded figure came behind, blindsided Roman Reigns. He got by security. That's right. Kevin Owens attacked Roman Reigns, put him through the announce table to end SmackDown. Guess what, Roman? You ain't going to be in a very good mood either. Mr. No Charisma, dude is, it's crazy. And there's going around, Undertaker saying that the current product of the WWE is kind of soft. And it angered a lot of people. So I'm like, oh boy. People say we don't want to anger the Undertaker, but the Undertaker's angered a lot of folks. And I don't know, somebody's challenged him to a match? I don't know. It'll be something to see. All right, 205 Live was a very special edition of 205 Live with the Dusty Cup Tournament. Night continues. The first round continues for the Women's Dusty Cup as the Ways, Cancel Ray, and Indy Hartwell will try to undo what their male counterparts did, that was lose, against the newcomers Gigi Dolan, that was Priscilla Kelly, and Cora Jade, that was Elena Black. But it was a hard-fought matchup, but in the end, the experience won out as Cancel Ray and Indy Hartwell, unlike their male counterparts, will advance to the semifinals. But Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade says this is the beginning of what they're going to do. So I'm looking forward to see what those two young ladies will be capable of. The last first round match on the Men's Dusty Cup. Now, it was supposed to be Desmond Troy and Ashante the Adonis. But because of what Karrion Kross did to both gentlemen, they were out. And the unlikely team of Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher took the place of Tony Nese and against Aria Daivari and Tony Nese in the matchup. But in the end, Ciampa and Thatcher ended up winning the matchup. So we're talking about, and they'll be facing the Undisputed Era in the first round. That will be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. And like I said, now the brackets have been busted. Now that, like I said in the last video, talking about the breaking news for the Dusty Cup, it seems like the brackets have been busted big time with those two now entering there. I see Ciampa and Thatcher winning the whole dang thing, and Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch for the tag team titles. I suggest street fight because this one's not going to be a pretty fight. It's like the Nasty Boys versus LOD SummerSlam '91, man. With no disqualification, anything goes in that matchup. So I say let these four guys get a match for these four guys and let them go at it, please. It'll be a lot of fun. So. Okay, so that's all the time we have on this show. SmackDown 205 Live roundup for January 22nd, 2021. But before I conclude this video, I forgot to do one more important thing, and that is to wish my parents, Charlie and Cheryl Lima, a happy wedding anniversary. This is 33 years now since they've been married, and I'm really proud of both of my parents, especially my dad. My dad's been through a lot in the early 80s, of course, and then I'm really proud, and I love my father and love my dad, and just for him to get remarried. At first, you know, when you're 10, 11 years old, you're still used to your original biological mom and everything else. You're trying to accept this new change, and it was hard for me back then. But now, as I grow up and learn a lot from my stepmom, but I call her mom in honor, I'm very, very thankful that, you know, my stepmother, Cheryl Lima, aka Mom, has been playing a humongous part of my life. If it had not been for her, I would not be the man that I am today. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Congratulations, 33 years, a blessing to you, and hopefully for 33 more or even 50 more. I really don't care. I really did. I'm at the point where I'm just very, very thankful for what my my parents have done, and just unbelievable. So I'm just very happy that I'm just very happy that my parents have been married for this long, and hopefully, like I said, it's totally awesome to see that God has blessed them, and it makes me smile a little bit. And yeah, listen, because of those two, I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about my life and how I take things nowadays. And there's sometimes, you know, they give me advice and I don't take it. You know, sometimes I don't listen to them, but I end up paying the price. You know, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way on a few things. But just I'm very blessed to have them in my life, and just you know, very thankful. And I love you, Mom and Dad. I'm really proud of you guys. 33 years. That's totally awesome. And I've been through that. I've been on that ride entirely. So it's been like I said, you know, it's, you know, listen, me and my dad were we've been, you know, me and my dad we've been through each other through a lot of things since day one, you know. And now, hey, 33 years. Praise the Lord. All right. So, so that's why I just had to get that out of the way. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you at episode 36 of WEML-TV, channel 77. Blessings to you guys. Peace, and I will see you then. Laters.